What's up, otakus? It's your tour guide, or I keep saying tour guide. It's your super otaku here, and joining me as always is my buddy Collector Brain. How's your week
Hi
been, man?
everyone. It's good. Yeah. Um, but looking forward for the weekend, and yeah, I'm looking forward for my trip next week to
That's right. You're going to Oahu. Wait, Oahu, right?
Kauai.
Kauai. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah. Already found a bookstore, so
No, I hear Hawaii has a pretty good like comic book scene. Like surprisingly, um, like they have really great comic book shops there.
okay.
So yeah, if you get a chance, you should definitely hit up some of those comic book shops.
Yeah. On the same island, there is one. I forgot what it's called, but it said is the most Western bookstore of the world because like it's the furthest west. There's nothing else, right? So and they have a sign outside. I thought like that, and they have like books, comic books, video games. So I guess like because it's a small island, so they have a little bit of everything. So I wanted to check that one out. Yeah, not sure if we take a trip over to Hawaii. We'll have to see because it's 5 days, but Monday is pretty much all traveling. So it's 4 days and a little bit, I would say. So we'll see.
Hmm. And it's just you and your wife, right? Are
Yeah,
the kids
yeah.
going? Yeah, okay. Yeah, nice, man. I'm that should be really a fun trip. Yeah, tell me all
Yeah,
about
yeah. I'm looking forward to not doing a whole lot.
it. Right?
just
Just
just relaxing. Yeah,
enjoying, yeah, enjoying the beauty out there.
and the sushi and the poke. It's just really up my alley.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh yeah. That's the other thing about Hawaii. They got great. It's their own island cuisine. It's just this mix of really good stuff. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else has been going on? I know you've been hunting for some books this week. Anything to show off?
No, honestly, like I didn't find anything. Yeah, from Saturday, I showed it in my video on Saturday. There wasn't anything. There wasn't anything big. Oh, let me see here. These three. These were from Saturday. I mean, I had them on my video, but I think those were kind of like the best finds. I want to say. Uh, this one I hadn't seen before. I really liked the cover when I found it.
Oh
Grendel
yeah.
Walkabout #1.
Hey,
Um,
Simon Bisley is coming to SummerCon.
okay,
The artist on the cover artist on that book.
maybe I should hold off sending it in, get it signed rather. Yeah, this is
Yeah,
this is this is. I saw this and I'm like, oh, I have to look this
that's a
up.
great
This was
book.
such
Yeah.
a cool cover. Yeah, and I paid for these three books. I paid like $7, so this could have not been more than like $2. I think that was one of those things where half off, but at least $2. So this was $2, and then they got in a whole bunch of X-Men, and I had a big stack of X-Men that I went through, but I only, with the condition and everything, I got X-Men number 20 um, for, I think that was $2 as well. And yeah, that one was worthwhile. And then this one here, Jim Lee cover, Uncanny
Oh,
X-Men
nice.
275, that was $3.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, those were the only ones worth it. I mean, there were some. They had that uh, the X-Men, I think number 11, the Wolverine Jim Lee cover, the one I've been looking for, but it had a bunch of spine takes, and they still wanted like $10 or $12 for
Hey,
it.
wait. Are you? Hold on. Hold on. Let me know if you need this book. I think I talked about it with you too. Do you need this book? It's the Savage Land Rogue, first Savage Land Rogue.
Yeah, I don't have it. Yeah.
Okay, this is yours. Um,
Oh,
Yeah,
thanks,
don't
man.
don't pick up too many Jim Lee books. Check with me before you buy something, all right? Because I got a lot of doubles. So
Yeah, yeah. That was yeah. Again on there was a bunch of X-Men on the that Jim Lee run. They had a bunch of them, um, from like I want to say like 9 through 35, almost the whole run.
Mhm.
Um, but they all had some kind of wear. And then the only other one that I was like kind of debating, there was one on the 300 one. That's one of those, with the those lenticular little things on it. I think 301 or 300. I forgot which one. So, but yeah, it wasn't really. I think they wanted $5, and it was not really worth it because I had some issues. So yeah, that's what I stuck with, and not much else. Not much
Yeah,
else.
this one's high grade. Um, doesn't need a press or anything. It's
Yeah,
well, I mean, if you want to submit it, I guess you could. I think it could come back at 9.8.
nice. Yeah, definitely. I'll check
Yeah.
it out. Oh, and I was reviewing that first Mr. Sinister. So I put the stains on the inside. I put them under black light, and they didn't really light up. So it looks like that the yellow is actually ink. I looked at yours. You have a few yellow lines in the later pages as well, but much less than this one. So I'm thinking it might be a production error.
Printer?
So
Yeah, it might be. Yeah.
and I don't know. I didn't see much other stains. Yeah, I'm gonna see. I'm gonna try and clean it and press it and see how it comes out. I might not be a 9.8, but if without stains, if I can get like a 9.0 or something like that, I'll be happy with it because it's a nice looking book.
Yeah. Yeah. It is a nice looking book. I
Yeah,
mean, it would.
and $5. I mean, can't beat that.
I was thinking, I was thinking like 9.2 at least. It couldn't be lower than that. It was really a nice looking book. So, but again, I'm not a grader, so I don't know exactly, what constitutes. They're so vague with the grading. It's like minor issue. What is a minor issue? Like that's different for everybody. It's like
Yeah. Well, I've been watching some videos trying to get better about it since I don't have too much hands-on experience. I'm trying to gain it, but it can be a costly lesson, right? Um, so I'm trying to learn. So um, yeah, I read that some like little, um, on the spine, like if it's less than 1/16 of an inch, if you have like a little, spine, a tick or something like that, if it's not too prevalent, it could still get you a 9.8. But again, all of those are, what people have found, but it always depends on the grader, right? So if the grader thinks that it has to be perfect, and then, you're not getting it. But yeah, it's tough. And then I have another issue, like, so the one that I showed you earlier. So if it has a little, corner one, like, showing the viewers, I press this one here, hoping for a 9.8, and there is a tiny corner, there.
no break.
So
Yeah, kind of
yeah,
cut.
with color break. So my friend's Absolute Batman Annual had the same thing, but on the back side. So that immediately dropped it to a 9.4. And so I'm kind of going by things like that. I think I might have missed this because it's a black book, so I was really focused on the spine, and it looks perfect in any other way. But it's just one of those things that, but I knew what I was getting, right. If it's a 9.8, it's worth a little bit. If it's not a nine, if it's a 9.6 or less, it doesn't even cover the cost of grading. So, um, but that's okay. So that's how I'm kind of going through my, yeah. I guess it's a collection already. I have a bunch of books already acquired, so um, going through it, and yeah, but I still have some issues I'm trying to figure out. So if it's a 9.0 or if it's an 8.5, what kind of what are the issues that gets you there. So it kind of hard to hard to distinguish.
Hmm.
Trying to gather as much information as possible. There's the channel, it's improve collecting or something like that. So he has an Excel sheet where kind of like if you mark a little things or something like that based on his experience, it gives
Oh,
you
that guy?
a
I know
grade.
that guy. Yeah.
But again, it's not 100%, right? It's a
Well,
guide.
also, I would, I have a problem. I have an issue with that guy.
Mhm.
Um, because when he unboxes his videos or when he does his videos, he gets a lot of 9/8s.
Yeah.
He gets a lot of 9/8s, right? I mean, almost every book he reveals is a 9/8. Um, but he's also trying to sell his little guide or book on like, he's got some kind of a system, and he's touting that the system gets him these results and all that. And but he also has he does a lot of submissions.
Mm.
He has one of those like preferred accounts, like higher tier accounts, because he's submitting so much. And this guy is like he's like basically a like a dealer and a seller, right? He has one of those like retail accounts, and that's what Bry has. That's what a lot of these quote unquote collector sellers have. Like they're basically comic book shops with a retail account, and they submit a lot of books.
Hmm.
Um, and so when you have that kind of preferential status, now CGC will never admit this, right? CGC will never admit, oh yeah, um, we're completely objective. We only get, but think about it. If they're completely objective and they were just giving out 9/8s here and there, right? It would saturate the market with 9/8s. But when you have preferential accounts, people who are submitting a lot, people who are basically giving them income and revenue, that is for them like their VIP customers. So they want to treat their VIP customers with like white glove service. And I think a lot of some of those channels that do the unboxing stuff, if you're submitting enough books, you're going to get gift grades. You're going to get the gift grades, meaning you'll get more 9/8s than normal people, normal accounts, and you'll get higher grades across the board. Like something that would be a 9/4 might get like a 9/6 or something. So
Okay.
I'm very wary and skeptical of that particular. I know who you're talking about. He's the dude with the beard and
Yeah.
with the books on the back of his wall. Yeah, that dude.
Well,
Um,
yeah, because I mean, what I got from the last video was more so that he is like he was doing some submission for a neighbor or something like that, and he kind of gave they didn't have all 9/8s because it was somebody's childhood books, so you can only go so far. But what I got from it that he's not really doing like nothing too risky. So basically, he is very particular going through getting books that have been graded 9/6 and then looking for which is not a bad thing to do. Like he's basically looking, could this, like if I give this a press, I mean you can make it sound really like, oh, I did surgery, right? But all you probably doing is like giving it a um little bit of humidity, give it a nice once, twice, three times press, and then you send it in and you get a 9/8, which is, for some of those books, it's kind of it's smart, right? I mean, but also if you don't get it, unless you do like you could also do like a pre-screen, because I mean you don't want to send in a book where you possibly pay like, I don't know, two, three, four, $500 for grading if it's a, unlimited value book. But even those, if you do a 9.8, there's like a minimum, I think, of like up to $1,000. I don't know. They have like a bracket up to $1,000. You pay X amount, and then
Mhm.
over $1,000, you have to pay at least 150 or something, even if it's rejected, right? Um, yeah, I thought he was kind of like focusing on that, which makes sense because uh,
Does he do? Because I know he was doing those. He was doing those pre-screens before, but like nowadays he's just submitting, right? He's like taking the risk for what it would come back as. Because he gets
yeah,
mostly 9.8s, but I know he gets the occasional like 9.0 or something where he just missed something. Um, but yeah, I know he does sometimes drop the ball on certain books, but
yeah. But one thing that what he said that kind of stuck with me because I'm wrestling a little bit with the idea of. I mean, I do want to experiment with the stain removal stuff, but you have to use peroxide, right? Even if you dilute it, which it will be heavy diluted, but so using peroxide, which it's at such a low percentage that they're not, or enough people have done it and never gotten a purple label, but it's not, again, it's not 100% science, right? I mean, it could be something where they say you either if you don't get the whole stain out, then they know you did something, and then you get a conservative grade, right? Which also shoots the value down. Um, I don't know how much I really, really want to get into the deep of that, right? I rather be looking for books that, like we've been doing, kind of see how they are, minor defects, a little bit, dry cleaning, pressing, that kind of stuff, and not get into the heavy stain removal stuff. I'm gonna do some, and I have the parts here for the blue box, the light box thingy. I still have to assemble everything, but um, yeah, I don't think I want to do like too many of that. Um, I'm not a purist per se, but it does kind of. Um, I do wonder, like over time, what happens to the peroxide in the books, right? Um, it's good for now, but how is it encapsulated 10 years, 15 years down the line? Does it
yeah,
eat at the book? Like, I don't know. I don't know. I see both sides of the argument. It's like, okay, it looks better than having the stain there, but at the other side,
restored. Yeah,
it is some sort of restoration, and it's not something really that I want to do too much, right? I want to know how to do it, but and I have a couple of books where it would be fine to get some of those pink stains that the foxing stains and stuff out, but um, I don't think I want to do too much of that.
so you haven't done any like soaking of books yet?
I know I've done not full on soak. I just got the peroxide in yesterday, and a spray bottle. I still, I can use a towel, but there's also like a little container would be nicer in. Um, I've done a little bit with a little bit more work with a little bit more water, but just distilled water, no chemicals and stuff like that, but also not a full cover. Like just like started introducing a little bit more of those and some of the stains. But from the from what I read for the blood box for the blue light, um, I guess it affects better. Like the peroxide with the blue light is then what lights it up, right? So what brightens it? Um, that I still have to do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
curious to see what kind of results you get. I mean, it's
yeah,
experimentation at the end of the day. You're this is sort of you're kind of you're learning it, but also testing it and seeing
yeah,
what gets the results and all that. So
yeah.
yeah,
I want to be able to know it. So if I come across like a book where it's worthwhile to do it, that I know how and don't experiment then on a possible expensive book or something like that. But it's not going to be the norm. I don't want to be searching books that are okay. I can get this extremely cheap because it's stained and whatever, and I don't think that's really what I'm looking for. But yeah,
Well, I
and like
mean, revisit that because I think for older books,
yeah,
you know, if you can bump it up 2, 3 grades um, with your process, right? Think about that. Um, I mean, if you get it cheap and you can flip it because you've
hmm
upped the grade a couple notches, that I mean, that's as I mean, it's not as good as like a 9.8, like getting a raw book and getting a 9.8, but it's still
yeah,
you're getting value out of what you put in. So
yeah. I mean, you have to be extra careful. There's a risk involved with doing it, right? So if you're in the moment when you, especially if you wet, have that full wet sheet that you put on top, um, you make it weaker, right? So the more you do it in a single session, you can detach the cover, split the spine, all those kind of things. And or if it gets stuck or something like that. I had it the other day and that was not even anything like that. It was I had done the moisture paper and it slipped a little bit out of my hand, and immediately like I got like a big like it hit on the corner, and the the shock traveled and put like a big spine um nah the spine
like a
thingy in
tear.
there. Like, no, it didn't tear, but it broke the color right away on the spine. So because it was moist, so it hit it harder, right?
Hmm.
And so you just have to be a spine tick. So it right away broke the color, even though I didn't have the book open or anything like that. But because it was in had a little bit of humidity in it and stuff like that, so it was softer and everything. So you have to be extremely careful. And I've watched some channels where they talk about their expensive mistakes. So this one guy was talking about making in one night destroying $3,000 or something like that. He said, I mean that's those
Yeah,
kind of
on a
things where
big book,
you
that's right.
yeah, where you're
Like
gonna
if that
sit
were like a, let's say, yeah, if that was a big book, that could have been that could have dropped the value by like tens of thousands. I mean, assuming it's like a really, really big book. So yeah, that's
there. Yeah,
always a scary, yeah,
one
scary
one
risk.
one of our pickups. I got that actually at Tales of Astonish. It was one of the Green Lantern ones. It was on one of the 2005 2007 series. Um, and by itself, I think raw it's a $15 book, and I got it for $2. So and it looked great. So I pressed it and everything, and I was like, "Oh, this is gonna get a 9.8. This is beautiful." And I'm taking the backer board in the center out, and the paper rips. There was some kind of, I don't know, something left behind that was sticky. Either glue, I don't know, a booger. I
Oh
have no
man.
idea. It wasn't from me. It was in the book, but I put the backer board in, and when I tried to remove it, the backer board and the page fused together through whatever sticky situation was in there, and yeah, it tore the page, right? Like the
Color
color
came
came
on.
up,
Oh man.
like when you have the when you, what is that, like the tape stuff in the front? That's how it looks, like the tape pull. And I
Mm,
was like, okay, I'm not gonna send this in. This is nothing anymore. So yeah, stuff happens.
man, that's
uh,
tough. Yeah, you know,
yeah,
everybody remembers those. You never forget like a tape pull book or you ruining a book. I never forget stuff mistakes like that. And you can do it just handling it. That's why I try not
yeah,
to touch my books all that much because when you're handling it, those same kinds of mistakes can happen. So
Yeah.
especially when you're now like soaking it or doing something to it. That raises the risk level for sure.
That's why even when I read them digitally, right? Because I don't want to open
Right?
it and mess them up,
Oh,
right? Which is ridiculous in itself. You buy the books to be read, but like you treat them more as collectibles or pieces of art or something like that.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. When I see people on YouTube channels or they're just pulling their book out and flipping through, I'm like, oh, that just like gives me anxiety because I'm like, no, 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 don't do that, please.
I was watching a video of a guy, and that's actually funny because it was a video game channel that I was following from before when I was collecting. So he had a friend that said like, "Hey, I'm gonna be in California. I'm gonna be visiting this lady. She has comic books, but you want to come with me?" And I'll forward you the video too because you're gonna like this. But he didn't tell the lady what he said she has good stuff, but she didn't tell her how good. So she comes out with trash bags, right? She had them in trash bags, and she basically, so she's telling them that she had more, and she knew that was from her dad, and she was an older lady, and she said that the mom sold an Action Comics #1 at a yard sale for $3. They knew for fact it was in there, but it's gone, right? But what they did find was Action Comics' first appearance of Bruce Wayne as Batman, which is #8, I think, right? So,
Wow.
and he gave him, and the nice thing about it was like recorded in 2024. That guy owns an auction, online auction. I think it's LPD or something like, I don't know what it's called. So he told her it's worth about, in that condition, about
Wait,
$250,000.
I
But
think I saw this video. This was a Detective Comics first appearance of Batman. Then,
Detective Comics, yes, sorry, yeah, but he had a bunch of Action Comics as well, right? So
yeah, yeah, I saw that
yeah, and
video.
he told
He
her it was
ended
two
up
hundred fifty
doing
thousand
an auction and getting like 1 million or something for it. Yeah, it was
for all of them.
crazy.
Yeah, that particular one, because it graded a bit higher than he thought. I think it graded at a 7.0 or something, or no, at a 4.0, and it sold for 680, which was like the highest ever for that book or something
You know,
like
I
that.
actually dream about situations like that. Like I've had dreams where I'm somewhere in a yard sale and I'm digging and I find like Action Comics wise and I'm like dreaming I'm so happy in my dream, jumping up and down, and then I wake up. But yeah,
Yeah,
that's a dream scenario, man.
I mean, that's sometimes where I wonder, because I mean, I have all my video game stuff before, or when I started, was all from yard sales, right?
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
you throw out a price, and it's worth more, and and people sometimes, especially on some of those videos, they're like, oh, you screwed them over, you should have given them more money and stuff like that, right? Never me, because I didn't film my stuff before, and it was never like outrageous, right? But on stuff like this, like, or with the guy that knew he bought an Action Comics #1 for $3. I mean that's life changing money,
That's
right?
robbery right there.
Yeah, yeah. I mean that's something completely different, right? So I don't know how. Like, I don't think.
But I mean, put how do you broach that? Because think about it, you're never going to run into an Action Comics one in your
Right,
life, right?
right.
It's just out of the realms of possibilities. But in that instance, like, oh my God, I'm looking at Action One, and they're ready to sell it to you for like $3. It's
Yeah,
like,
that's exactly what I was asking myself. Are you a good person then, or are you gonna be like, hey, I'm gonna extend my trip to Hawaii? You know what I mean?
oh man, yeah. I mean, you can say you do a certain thing, but you just, that's a true test of
Yeah.
your character, man. That's a tough
I mean,
one
if
because
it's, I mean, let's say you're more likely, and I've done a lot of yard sales, so I mean, you're more likely, if you find something really golden age like that, it's going to be something that probably grades at a 0.5 or 5, because I know how people handle their stuff. Yeah, I've seen it with the video games, and sometimes like you have tears in your eyes when you see like the money's also in the boxes and the manuals and stuff like that, and they're like, oh, we must have had a water damage, look, it's falling apart, and you're like, oh my god, there's like thousands of dollars, right? And you just had it, you stop the water heater leak with thousands of dollars of video games, right? So that's more something what you would find. Are you then still going to say like,
Garbage
what?
bags. Oh, here.
Yeah.
Just
So
sitting
what do
in
you do with an
garbage
old
bags.
Detective Comics that you're going to say like, okay, this
So you
might be
couldn't even
worth something,
bother to
but
put
it
them in a
looks like
box or
crap.
anything. It had to be in garbage bags.
Crazy. Yeah. And she even had like stuff like that, even just the cover of Blue Beetle #1 or something like that. And he said like you could even sell the cover for like $100 or something like that, or
Yeah,
even more. So yeah.
man. Yeah, that's a dream scenario again. But the thing is, like, I think I think this is what I would, and I say this because it hasn't happened to me yet. But in that situation, and this is kind of relates to what that guy did, I would let the person know, hey, this is $1 million book. Like quite literally, I would show them, look, this last one sold for like $6 million. Okay, and then once you've level set there, you would be like, hey, um, I can get you. I would love to sell this book because I have contacts and networks. You and I are comic book community members, right? If we just put a post out, hey, who wants to buy? Are there any takers? Or even just sending it to auction, right? I would just advise her, hey, look, let's send this to auction. It'll get $1 million, right, on a book like that. And then just ask, hey, if I help you sell this book, can I just get like 1% of the commission, right? You're helping some old lady who has no knowledge of how to, you know, move
Hmm.
about this in this space, and you're helping to get her real money for that book versus like pawning it off. I mean, for $3 or whatever. So just kind of helping her with that process. I mean, 1% of $1 million is still a good payday for you, right? And,
Yeah.
it's like, so that's how I would maybe approach it. But again, if you put yourself in that scenario,
Yeah, I
you
mean, I
know,
think that's what the guy like, because I mean, they didn't talk money, but I mean, he owns the website, so he brings it to his website, and then he automatically makes the commission of that kind of stuff. So, and as a comic lover, he is great. But what bugged me about where I was coming to that is like you were saying, people just touch it. Like if you're touching that kind of stuff, I don't care if it's in garbage bags. You know what it is. Put some gloves on. I mean, I know
yeah,
it's been sitting there forever, but like, don't
yeah.
touch it.
Don't wash your hands too. Like people's hands are grimy. It's
Yeah.
like you got to wash your hands before you. That reminds me, I want to kind of wash my hands right now, but um, yeah, those are important things. Don't touch the book. People don't realize like true conservation of a book. It's like because you got to think, not your lifetime. A book is going to potentially last hundreds of years. So that one little finger mark that you put, the acids from your finger, the oils and acids from your finger on that book will remain on that book and degrade the book, on an isotope level faster than had you just left it alone, right? So it's like those little things, like over time, yes, it's like
I mean, it starts at the factory. I don't think that they're gonna wear gloves all day with new books, right? And I've seen them at my buddy's LCS. The way they come in there, they're not packaged the right way, right? I mean, like directly from DC or whatever, like or Marvel, like it's just thrown in the box there, right? And then you have the employees. Sometimes they put them right away in bags. Sometimes they have them first on the rack, and then they put them on the bag when you buy them. So there is there's the people at the factory. There's the people um, that work at the store. Then there's the
Wow.
customers that flip through it, right? And I'm guilty of that too, because I want to see, sometimes they're in a small corner. I want to see what else is there, so I have to touch them. I mean, I'm not going in there with gloves. Um, so before you even get it, it's been touched by a lot of people, right? So
Yeah.
wear condoms
When
on.
you shine the black light on some of your books, are you seeing that? Seeing
I have
all
actually
the
here.
dirt and
I don't know if you
residue?
remember. I don't know if you remember this one here.
What's up, Damien?
Damien is right. He has the right idea. Do you remember this one that we picked up for $1? So I did the. I didn't see that's, and it wasn't from my son, because I use gloves, but and this is now on my trade pile. This came out after I pressed it. You were able to see it. I don't know. You see, there's a
Mm,
3 finger, like somebody
mm,
grabbed it like this,
mm.
and those oils came out completely after the press, because everything else looked beautiful, but I can't get rid of that. So this is a no go now,
Oh,
unfortunately.
dear.
Nice little Alex Ross here, but yeah. And that was one I didn't check with the black light first, like, because it looked perfect, right? And so I just gave
Yeah.
it like a little dry clean, and then after the press, I was like, "What the hell is that?" I use gloves, so
Right.
yeah, it was somebody else's fingers.
Forever, that will be part of the book now.
Yeah, yeah. Now it's really burnt into it, but
I
yeah.
mean, you've been what have you kind of picked up? You've been kind of cleaning and pressing books. Any new revelations? Anything you've picked up and kind of put in? Moving forward, okay, this is something that gets results, or something I have to avoid.
Um, yeah, I have to make it a point to take the time. You have your maybe pile when you go through it, right? And then we look through the condition and really, like, take them out of the bag and fully check them, right? Because if it's one of those books, if with the littlest little nick like that Spawn one, like, it's not worth even getting. I even considered taking my black light with me and just, like, giving a little shine over it, because I like when we were at um
Subspace.
what's no, not Subspace, down south. What's his name? Is it Jeff?
Yeah, yeah, Jeff. Here, Heroes. No, what was it?
I'm
Heroes
drawing a
Comics,
blank right now.
right?
No, not he.
Heroes.
No, Jeff. There,
Ancient
the one he
Ancient
has.
Comics. Ancient
That's the
Comics.
one. Ancient
Yeah.
Comics. Yeah. So, like, one of the comics that I took over, and I know I looked at that one like over and over, and his light was very, very dim compared. So I'm sitting at my desk and I'm taking the thing out of the sleeve, just like I did in his store, and I'm immediately finding defects that I didn't see before. So that's why I was thinking, like, man, maybe I should take my flashlight or something like that, and yeah, but
Like what kind of like the dirt kind of defects?
no, like, just I was concentrated on the spine, and there was actually, I saw right away spine ticks, and I know that I put it in that little folding container that I have, so it didn't get thrown around there. So it must have been like a couple of spine ticks that I've missed
Mm,
in the lighting, right?
and the
So
lighting.
that,
Oh, okay.
again, it's a $2 book. I mean, boohoo. it's it's no biggie. I'm not worried about it. But I think if it's, once you drop some real money on something, if it's like that Detective Comics 880 at the other place for $200, then I'm gonna maybe use the
Oh
flashlight of
yeah,
my phone or something like that before you start buying something.
that's a great point. That's a great point because visual, what you initially like, because you really have to take the book out.
Hmm.
You can't just judge it from the cover or the front. Like it can look really nice, but
Yeah,
you really kind of have to do what CGC does in terms of their like take the book out, look through the entire book, front and back, in the middle. All those things impact the grading. So you're only doing like really a portion of the work if you're just judging it via the bag and board. So
yeah.
great point. Yeah.
And it can also go the other way because I had some where I thought like, ugh, they look kind of weird because they had really old mylar bags, and it made the book look dirty and worse than it actually was, right? So you take it out of the bag, and then it's like, hey, this is actually a nice looking book. The colors are not as dim as it looks. And then you look at the bag already has like a brownish dark tint to it, because it was old. So yeah, it can go both directions. So I think it's really important to um, take it out and look at it in the light.
I want to kind of reframe your thinking for a bit because I do what I like about your approach when we're hunting and doing things together is um, you have a very uh, you want the 9/8, so you're very attentive to the details. Any kind of defect or whatever, you're not. That's not a book you want to pick up, and that's not a book you're looking for the flawlessness of a potential book because
Hmm.
you're wanting to submit it, get the pristine grade, um, and then sell it, right? But right now you're in this process of pressing, cleaning, and um, trying to get books to look better than previous. Meaning,
Hmm.
um, so I guess what I'm proposing to you is, let's say, for example, that Superboy we picked up, that Silver Age Superboy, right? Which I don't know if you worked on it yet. Have
No,
you
not
taken
yet.
a look at it?
Yeah. I took a look at it. Yeah, it was also one of those things that had an old bag as well. So if you take it out, it looks even a little bit better. And
Did you
yeah,
check?
I mean,
So, like, what do you think? Obviously, we ascertained that it needs a press, right? It would look
mhm,
great with a press. It also has a lot of just embedded dirt and things in there, right? So with a really kind of thorough kind of cleaning, it would
mhm,
maybe you'd have to really kind of get in there and clean it up. But assuming
yeah,
it just kind of brightened the back, and I mean it wasn't terribly dirty. It was just like kind of
a
dingy
little bit,
looking
yeah.
because of the years. But if you were to clean that up, I mean potentially that was a $2 book, mind you.
Hmm.
Okay. Now, let's say we got absolutely great results from your work on it. What do you potentially think that could bump up to? Because I was saying to you, this looks like it could get an 8.5.
Okay, yeah, yeah, I can see that. Like an 8.85, I could see that happening. Is it? I just don't know. I didn't look it up. Is that something? It's obviously it's an older book. It's a Silver Age. Is there is there value, or do people consider it and say like, okay, an 8 is a good enough grade? Because I've been looking at a lot of like modern or bronze kind of books where if you get an 8 or an 8.5, you basically have no customers, right? There's nobody interested in getting it. So, but I don't know for like a Superboy or something like that in an 8.0, is that something where people are interested in?
It's still a late Silver Age book, but it's still a Silver Age book, right? And I'm looking it up right now just to. I know you have the sales data on recent sales and all that. So why don't
Let me
you
see.
take a look as well? I think it was Superboy. What is it? 233 or something like that. Let me take a look.
Let me look it up here. It's 143.
143. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, let me look at GPU analysis.
I'm telling you, we got it for $2. So in high grade raw, it's $30.
Okay.
Graded, let's take a look at what it. I'm looking on eBay right now. 8.5 CGC. Okay.
So
Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, GPU analysis. So anything under a 9 hasn't been sold in a while. So a 8.5 sold for $47 in 2023. A 9.0 sold for $50 in 2011. But a 9.2 sold for $112 last year. Yeah, it's very. This one is hard to tell because it's the sales are very infrequent on this. So and the most the most recent ones are like a 9.2 and a 9.4. I don't think that it will be. Well, I'll have to take a closer look, see how much we can actually do with the book. But I think 9.2 would be really pushing it.
Yeah, I'm seeing a 9.4 here for about 150. I mean, what we picked up, I don't think would net a 9.4.
Yeah.
But even if you were to get, let's say, you graded it and you got an 8.5, I would imagine you can at least get $80 for it.
Yeah. There's actually, I just looked at it. Okay, so those are the ones that they're sold in the listing, but there is a 5.5 on eBay for $75.
Right.
I mean that's for sale.
Yeah, I mean
But
anything above a 9 is like $150 to $200 right now for that book. They've got a 4 or 5 selling for like 40 bucks. So I'm thinking an 8.5 you could net 80 to 100 for an 8.5, right?
okay.
Now it's not this sort of algorithm. What's the word I'm looking for? The It's not like a big curve in terms of value,
Mm-hmm.
but $2 to $80. Obviously, there's grading fees and whatnot, but
Yeah.
um, that's a pretty good. I mean, with obviously you're putting a lot of time and effort into the book as well. I mean, your time and effort is also money, but if you're enjoying it, it's not really money at that point. It's a labor of love. So I just want to reframe your thinking. Like there
Yeah.
are books like that out there, right? Like if you put the work in and you press and you're literally taking like maybe a mid-grade book and almost getting like a high grade type value out of it.
Yeah.
If you can go from like a something that you got out of the bargain bins because it's just old, dirty, and people don't see value in it. But if you were to get a 9.0, right, on that book. Just out of freak chance, you put the work in, pressed it. I mean, that's a beautiful looking book. It's a beautiful looking book. I really think it's like a diamond in the rough. Um, I mean, you're still that's a great and low risk, right? Low risk. If that
Mm,
thing came back a 7.5, it still holds value,
okay.
because it's a Silver Age book. So
Yeah. I mean, you know that market better. Like, I mean, I have focused more on like 90s till now kind of books. So, and as Damien was saying, like prices are going down. There's a lot of stuff that hasn't sold for much. So you're right about that. Um, and what I've noticed is that, especially for those like 90s till now, what I'm looking at, the modern stuff, is that it's either, and that's why I got a little bit snobby about condition. It's either 9.8 or we're not interested, right? Even though a 9.6, they still look great and stuff like that, but the interest from people right away goes down, right? And then some of the books that, especially the ones I've been picking up, is like either it's worth it at 9.8 or it's not worth it all. Yeah, and I hadn't really thought about the older books like that because it's just something I'm very unfamiliar with, and so I just didn't know if the market was there, if this, um, if it's a, let's say it's a 6.5 to 8.0 or something like that, are people actually willing to buy that? Because it's not. I was looking at the label here. It's not a key or anything like that, right? It's just a regular popular cover, right?
and there are a lot of copies of that book, but it's a beloved Neil Adams book, and
That's true. Yeah, Neil
yeah,
Adams cover. Yeah.
that's
Okay.
Neil Adams' first work on Superboy, and he had a nice little run of Superboy from the late '60s to the early '70s. So um, it's it's a
Yeah.
it's a nice book. I know a lot of people out there who collect Neil Adams or collect Superman. They would want that book in high grade, and I'm saying you got a really high grade potential copy right with you.
Okay.
Um, and I really want to see what, like, your work on the book, and see, because like a right now, I know when we bought the book, we just saw like a mid grade book, right? It's like a mid grade book, needs a press, but there wasn't really any real color break to it. Corners were a little rounded, but still decent, right? Nothing crazy. Color was still good on it. It was just a little dingy. So I just thought, man, that could really you could really bump up the grade on that book.
Yeah. Well, I really have to look at what scares me about this here. I'm looking at this 5.5 here in on eBay. Um,
You want to share your screen?
yeah. This one here. Actually,
I just want to give a shout out to Damien. He recently visited the Pacific Northwest Museum of Comic. I think it's called the Museum of Comic Art or Comic Storytelling or something like that. Um, and he was talking about that this museum had a Will Eisner original art like showcase. It was like pieces from um, uh, Will Eisner's work in comic books, like original pieces, and I was just like, wow, that's that's a pretty cool way to spend an afternoon. We, you and I are going to go down there. I would love to just kind of spend a few hours at the museum, but I know how pressed on time we're going to be, so it's up to you. But that would be a
well,
cool. Is it
We have to see if they open early or open late. We
right?
can swing that in before our trips to the stores. So
Yeah. Hopefully
yeah,
they are open like into the evenings in the summer because that would allow us to get grab something to eat and just go until they close. That'd be a
yeah.
cool thing to do.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm looking at this one here. It's not a bad looking book. Okay, I just like made it bigger so I see there's a tear right here. Okay, that makes a difference. Because I
Was there a
think
tear? Here,
that's
wait.
not
Let
our
me.
book, but
Oh, this is not our.
that's
Okay,
this one. That's not our book. That's this one here. Because I
this is
didn't see
sold, right?
this. This is for sale.
Oh, it's for sale.
But I'm
Okay.
looking, at the grade because in a smaller window I was like, wow, this is a 5.5, and this book doesn't look that bad. So I mean, there's this here because I think like when I look at the spine, we're gonna have, because of the age of the book, we're gonna have some of those spine ticks as well, right? I mean,
Hmm.
it's
Hmm.
unavoidable. But there's not much else. Now knowing in the big screen, like, so there's obviously a tear, so that makes a difference. And if you look at the back, there's some kind of mold
Ooh,
situation going on. So that
yeah. Ours looks way
explains
better
why.
than that.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not even
Okay.
comparable.
Okay. Yeah, I was just looking at it on the smaller picture and without zooming in. I was like, well, this looks great. It's a 5.5. That's what I was saying. Like, so okay, if we get the book and we're thinking like 8.0, and it might just come
Yeah.
back at like a 6.0 or something like that. So what's
Yeah.
going to happen? But
Well, Jens, you also have to keep in mind grading for the older books. It's like grading on a curve. The modern books are
mhm.
get every little thing is going to get scrutinized, but somebody grading an older book, and it's a different grading scale for older books because they're taking into consideration aging, the manufacturing. Uh, it wasn't as you know kind of it wasn't as streamlined or efficient in terms of the production of these books back in the day, right? So there was a lot more opportunity for there to be manufacturing defects, and things of that nature. So they take all that into consideration, and you get what would be like a 9.4 on a Silver Age book might be like an 8.5 on a modern book. You know what I mean? So it's like
Yeah.
they're held to different standards, and you're going to
Okay.
have softer standards applied to older books.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that makes sense. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'll. I mean, for that kind of stuff, I've been listening to your advice just because like the Superman, Superboy, that kind of stuff is your forte. Um, and like I said, I haven't really looked into that, but even and I've been wanting to get maybe like an older X-Men or Fantastic Four or a Spider-Man, and I would, obviously it's not going to be a 9.8. I just don't know how to look at it and say, um, okay, this is why he wants X amount of money, and I would be okay with a lower grade for my collection as well. I mean, I'm not snobbish about that. It's just I don't know how to look at the book and say this is either a 3.5 or a 5.5, or a 5.0. It's tough to say, but um, the more I've maybe practiced with some of the ones, because I know what kind of defects I can and cannot fix. So we can take it by that, and then maybe do a few more moves like that. So
Yeah, yeah. Okay. No, yeah, I think it's good to do both. I'm just saying, like, continue to do what you're doing, right? When you look at the modern books, be extra meticulous and look for those 9.8 potential books,
yeah,
but also kind of expand the scope. Like if you run into a dollar bin book, obviously it's going to have issues, but if it's old enough and it looks great, it's like, and you see,
yeah,
oh, if you press this out, maybe it'd go from mid grade to higher mid grade kind of thing. Like look at the potential value that you could, if it was slabbed and you got a certain grade, does it have, um, like demand for that in a older book? Is there a
Yeah,
demand for an older book like that? So
that's why I kind of want to alternate my submission. So this coming one will be a 9A pre-screen, where I'll be using books like the ones where I only would accept them as a 9.8. But the one after that, I definitely want to use all kinds of books, and I think I will that first Mr. Sinister. I will clean it, press it, and submit it just for the heck of it to see what will come out of it. And even if fair market value, I might take a loss on it or something like that if it comes back kind of low. I really I want to see. I mean, it's a $5 book, and the damage on the front is really, it's all, most of it is pressable, so it's just really, are those stains on the inside, are they ink blotches from a bad print run, or something else, and then we'll find out. So
I
yeah,
think you can get nine. To be honest, I think you can get 9.4 on that one. I think you can get
that
nine
would be
four on that
that'd
one
be cool.
easy.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And
and
I'll be perfectly fine for, even for my own personal collection, for that.
$5. You paid $5 for it, man. Like if you got a 9.4, that's like it's like $100 book.
Yeah. I was telling you about my Moon Knight #1, the from 1980. Um, I was really, because I pressed it once, and I'm gonna press it a couple more times, because I was gonna get rid of it. Because when I first started looking at them, you could buy, because that was one of those keys that was been kind of cold. People stopped buying it. That you can actually get a 9.6 or 9.8 for around like $100. If you look at it now, 6 months later, a 9.8 just sold for 250. So it has been,
I
it
came
had
back in. Mhm.
overcorrected, like it was down from where it used to be in the spike of things. But a lot of people were saying some of these books overcorrected too low, and I think that's one of them, because it's on the, it's not going to go back to where it was 2021 or something like that, but it definitely is climbing a little bit again. So
Yeah, yeah. No, I think in what we're doing right now, going to the shops, and we're ultimately looking for value. Like I'm paying
mhm,
$2 for something that is should be worth more, right? And you do
yeah,
this with the games, you do this. You were doing this with comic books now, but um, $100 book. If we pay $100 for it, we're not getting any value out of that um, purchase outside of just owning it. But
mhm,
if we can get $100 book for like $1, I mean, not, I mean, those are rare instances, but I'm telling you, with these older books, that Superboy, I'm telling you that could come back $100 book. I'm telling you. Can you
how
show? Let's take a look at it. Do you have it out?
yeah, I
Yeah,
was gonna
let's take
say,
a look
how
at
about
it.
you were talking about $100 book for $1. How about $150 book for free? Did you see
Right?
what's happening with
Oh, this,
the
yeah. With this, you're talking about the Spawn
free
book.
comic book?
Oh,
No,
the
the
free.
free comic book day.
Did you get
The
something?
I didn't actually. I only took because I have been, whenever we pick something up, it goes straight into my trade pile. But here, I wanted to, let me share one more time before I show the book. Let me share my screen here. Um,
Let me share it. Hang on.
right, nope, I want to share this one here. Okay, so here, look at this. This is from Free Comic Book Day. I don't know if I can make this any bigger.
Oh, are they reselling for $100 now?
$12 for this one. So
Oh,
this is Dungeon
$12.
Crawler Zero, but this one, Dungeon
Oh, the
Crawler Zero.
Punisher. Oh, that one.
Um, this one here is a Free Comic Book Day, $150 value now, because it's a absolute Batman homage, and that's ridiculous. Like usually the free comic book stuff is worthless, right? For the
How much
most
is
part.
that Bernthal book going for? You picked that up, right?
I got it. Yeah, $15. That's it.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's 15.
but
Okay, I thought it was
yeah,
like
but that
50.
wasn't free. That wasn't free. This one
Yeah,
just kind of.
that's a free
I
one.
mean,
That's crazy. That'll go back down, I would imagine. It's just one of those
yeah.
FOMO type
And
things.
I saw them. I was there. I saw them all on the counter, and because he said, take one or two for free. If you spend up to $30, you can have a third one. And all I did, I picked up bookmarks. I'm like, nah, I don't want those because I'm just gonna put them in my trade pile. So all I took was bookmarks. So I got
Oh
these here.
no. Now
Yeah,
and they're $100 now.
yeah, he had a stack at least of this one. He definitely had this one. I don't know if he had the other one, but all I did was um, I got these here. This one at least is Supergirl. You know,
Oh, that's cool. That is cool. I would
I
have
was
taken
like,
those bookmarks too.
yeah. Okay, let me stop sharing this
Live
one
and
here.
learn. I mean, I wasn't even, I probably would have done the same thing. I was only interested in one book out of all the things that came out, and that was the Street Fighter, the Ryu cover.
Yeah,
Yeah, the Ryu cover. That was the one I wanted, but yeah, who knew the
yeah,
absolute Batman homage, right?
yeah. You're actually right. Comparing to what we just looked at, so this one is way cleaner on the back, so definitely no mold. So we're already way higher on that
Looks
one.
beautiful, man.
It
Telling
doesn't
you.
even need a lot of. I mean, it has a little bit of foxing, but I'm thinking just a little eraser work on the edges, and that will look great. And then on the front, nothing torn. Um,
$2. We picked this up for $2, guys.
I think you paid $1.50 even because it
Oh
was
yeah, you
like
paid it. Yeah, I paid $1.50.
yeah. So I mean,
Look at that spine. It's just beautiful.
this is in
It
great
just needs a
condition.
press. I'm telling you, it needs a press, and it's a pretty clean book. So if you clean it a little bit, give it a little, make it a little poppy. Just make the
Yeah,
color
yeah,
pop and all that. You
yeah.
know what I mean? Let's see. Let's roll the dice.
Good night, Damien. Yeah,
See
yeah,
you,
we
Damien.
definitely will. Yeah, but yeah. Yeah, that Punisher one with Bernthal on the cover. Unfortunately, I got the last copy and it had already a spine take in it, which bugged me. But I picked it up regardless.
That's a cool book. I gotta say, that's a cool book.
Yeah,
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, it. I mean, I'm sure there's gonna be a gajillion 9/8s out there at some point. So
yeah. My stuff, my stuff at CGC is stuck in I don't know
you see,
what.
still, yeah.
It haven't moved in 2 weeks, and they're supposed to be in the shipping department, which is supposed to be 2 to 3 business days. And for me, it's been 2 weeks. And you don't see. I mean, I want to peek on the grade because the only one that I'm really worried about is that the one that I submitted, um, the signed one that I submitted because I got it off eBay. So there is always a slight chance that the signature was not because there was no authority, no certificate of authenticity or anything like that. So yeah, I'm worried that that might come back as a green label.
Oh
but
dear.
yeah, I mean, from what I googled, it looked fine.
Whose signature was it? Can you want to
Uh,
reveal?
yeah, Kevin Smith. So I mean, it's not
Okay.
super, but I figured it was kind of cool, and I like the cover. So
Mm. That's that's sort of a unfortunate, if it, I mean, if not that it's happened yet, but if that were to come back, that would suck.
it will be an expensive lesson to learn. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Um,
yeah. And then I saw a few on Reddit because my buddy and I were waiting on our books to be signed, or they were signed by Jock, right? Must say the signature was a little bit underwhelming for some of the ones that I saw. So, um, but they had the triple signature, and ours was just him by itself, where you're supposed to do like a little, like a mini drawing or something like that. So we'll see how that turns out. Um,
oh, you got a Jock remark?
yeah, it's a Jock. Well, yeah, yeah. on Absolute
How much were
Batman,
those?
120, 110, 120, something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, it was quite pricey because everything between, yeah,
Well, his remarks are super cool, man.
we'll see, we'll see.
It's not like a doodle, some of these, like if you do a Frank Miller remark, you're getting back something. It's just garbage, essentially. I would argue against like there being value in a remark, Frank Miller remark, but a Jock remark. I mean, that dude is like he's not gonna put something. He's not gonna put something that looks dorky on there. He's gonna put something that looks really cool
Really,
on your remark. That's kind of
don't let
cool, man.
don't let me
I'd
get my
excited for
don't
that
let
one.
me get my hopes up because I saw some on the, but those were signatures only, and all he put for some of those people was like next to Snyder, he put like ha ha ha, like the Joker. Um,
And that
but
was a remark.
I don't think so because there was I'm not sure. I don't remember what it was, but there was a you either get a triple signature, and they were pretty pricey. And I took him by myself because I have on that one I have Snyder and Dragoda, and the one that I saw was Snyder, Dragoda, and Jock. So I think it was just the signature. And what my buddy and I did was just the Jock by itself, which I think included the remark. But we'll see. We'll see. Yeah.
Okay, I'm looking up. It's tough to tell what the original cover on this looks like, though. That's the thing. Um,
Oh, no remark? Okay. Hi, Marcel. It's my buddy from Germany joining in there.
hey, what's up, man?
I thought I had a remark. I guess I just the signatures. Okay. Then I then I saw that wrong. Okay. See, having my hopes too high on the whole thing,
Just
but
a signature.
we'll see.
Okay, yeah, because I was about to say like Jock Remark is like that's big money.
Okay, yeah, then it's not that. Because I remember it said something. What do you want it to say? Like, what do you want the drawing to be? Like a Batman or something like that? Yeah, maybe I'm hallucinating. Yeah, I'll just wait for it to come, and then we'll do the reveal. I'll show when I get it. I'll do a video for those books for his and mine, and the other two, hopefully all together. Um, let's see when they're back.
Okay, yeah, I'm just even a signature is going to be really cool. I think from Jock, I kind of want to, I kind of want to. It's just always I want to do those CGC signings events and all, but they just end up being so much money. It's like, um,
Yeah, yeah. It was. I don't know what the final was, but per book, and you can't like if you do if you send them to different people, it's an individual submission each time, right? Um, like you can combine it. So it was 100 and God, so it was like 180 each, 190. Um,
that's not bad. Yeah,
but
that's good.
yeah, so because it's with the shipping and everything else, so yeah, something like that. So it adds up, and like I said, you have to we had to do each book was its own submission because um, there was always like a combination of people, so they wouldn't allow you to do combined shipping. But I wonder if they're waiting now to combine shipping to send it back to save money since yeah, nearly 200. Since shipping costs have gone up in the last few weeks, wonder if CGC is waiting to um, send them all back together and save themselves some money instead of us.
No, if you can combine shipping, that's a good thing.
Yeah, yeah. That's why the bulk stuff kind of it works itself out for the cost per book per grading. But yeah, But I also did like a quote to see like the signature books that I picked up in the last couple of months with you. So I had 5 or 6. So that's about $380.
Nice. Yeah.
So yeah, it's gonna take a minute, but yeah, I'm gonna have to squeeze that in one of these days. Maybe have to sell a couple more things before I get some money together.
Yeah, those signature. I didn't realize the signature verifications cost so much, but I guess it's another revenue stream for it is a lot of there are a lot of signed books out there that are kind of unverified and people want the
Yeah,
label and whatnot. So I didn't realize they cost so much, but that's kind of a cool service to get.
yeah,
Yeah, absolutely,
definitely is an expensive hobby.
absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, Jens. Well, I know you have your 9.8 pre-screen
Hmm.
that you're kind of working on. I wanted to get your thoughts on some of the books that I might contribute to,
Okay.
because if you think no, that probably wouldn't come back in 9.8, then it's something we would just abandon, right? So let me just kind of show you what we're working with here.
All right.
Now, I don't know how well you can see. Uh, Hopefully, you can. I'll try to be as descriptive as possible here, but
Okay.
let me know if you can see. First off, this is your book,
Oh, nice. Yeah.
and it's a direct copy, but these things are really popular right now. Ever since Savage Land Rogue, they did some of these variant covers on like a reissue of this character. I mean, it's just been this book has really popped off. So
Yeah.
there's not any really issue on this book that I can see. Obviously, I haven't. There's a little bit of a. I guess there's a little bit of a color break right there. Do you see it in the black?
No.
And it's negligible. I think you could. Oh, there's a better look at it. Okay, so there's a little color break there. I think if you pressed it out, it might, because it looks to be like a little bit of a
I put it on the big screen.
spine
So.
tick. Um, but everything else looks pretty good. So
Yeah, I think so too.
do what you will with this. I think I mean, I don't know if it even needs a press, but you know, if you figure, I figure like that you might be able to press that out a little bit, but it's again, I think you could still get a 9.8 even with that little break there in color.
Yeah, I hope.
Um, it would all
I hope
depend
so.
on the
Yeah.
grader or whatnot. All
Yeah, it's a
right,
nice. That's how Magneto should look. I mean, that's the perfect looking Magneto, my opinion.
it's classic. This classic
Yeah.
Jim Lee right here, one of his best covers. If you ask me. You got Nick Fury, Savage Land, and Magneto. Yeah, it's a great book. All right, so remember I was telling you about the Angela book.
Yeah.
All right, so I've got two copies of this, and they're similar in grade.
Hmm.
And again, I've kind of poured over the book. I'm sure it's. I mean, I'm sure I'm like missing this black cover would. It's like you can see right there. There's already some spine ticks and whatnot.
Hmm.
Um, Now that I'm looking at it under the camera, it kind of magnifies. I mean, when you look at it, there's spine ticks. So I don't think this is one that we would. This is tough to get a 9.8. I
Yeah.
gotta admit, like it's a black cover here. Like here, it's fine. Like here, it doesn't look like it's clean on the front for the most part. But it's now that I'm looking at the back, this would not come back a 9.8 for sure. It's got too many issues there.
I'm just looking it up. I don't think that that's one of those. Okay, well, it drops off a little bit as well, but
And it's got this corner ding here, so this is not
yeah,
9.8 material. I'm glad we're doing this
okay.
because I really thought that Angela book would have been. Now this one, yeah, this one wouldn't be a 9.8 either. I love this book though. This is one of my original books, and I'm just looking at it. It's got. I mean,
That's cool. Yeah,
it's a high grade copy. It's a. Well, I don't know.
there's a little tick right there. Yeah.
It's got a lot of ticks actually. Um, yeah, it's got ticks on the back too. Look at that right there. You see it? I thought this was a lot better than. It's just weird to like kind of look at it under the camera and you see when you're
Yeah.
looking at it face on. Well, no, I see that now that I know that the defects are there, I see them. So now this wouldn't be a candidate either. It's just really hard to get the 9.8 type books.
Yeah, especially on something like that that's all black spine. You see
Yeah,
a different color is a little bit more forgiving. Um,
right. All right. Well, this is the Spawn one that we also talked about.
yeah.
And I already see that like there's a corner. I mean, that's not enough to. That's not really enough to.
No, that's one of those things that I was watching the video with from James from Mintaner where they're saying like that happens a lot because of how they're handled and from if it's
Okay.
under 1/16 of an inch, so that should go same as the absolute Batman 15 that I was talking to you about, and you sent me a copy. So that could be something that happens. Um,
So here's a stress point, but as you can see,
it's
it,
not a color break.
it's not really not breaking all that much color there.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I mean everything else looks. This is actually this is really nice, and the back is going to be good. The back is pretty good. So yeah, if we can get that pressed out,
Hmm.
what do you think? This one?
Yeah. Yeah, Marcel was saying here he thought it was a 9.8. It came back a 9.6, the one that was signed. But his I was also certain because that was before I had a press. So if I would have pressed his, I want to think that it would have gotten the 9.8. But it's also one of those things like after the fact, with signature and everything, it's too expensive to crack it and resubmit it. So, but it looks great. I think that one could definitely that could be a good candidate for the
It could
pre-screen.
be. Yeah. Okay. Um,
And I
yeah,
double checked. So in a bulk submission, it's $5. So it's if they're rejected, you pay only $5 for it. So
yeah,
that's
yeah,
that's
yeah. If this came back a 9.8, I mean, it's it's worth a lot more, um, for sure. And this is just one of those things. Like, I love having it in my collection, but if it were a 9.8 copy in the collection, it just feels like
elevated.
it elevates it. Yeah. So this would be worth, I think. Yeah, yeah. Let's think about that one.
Yeah, for sure.
Um, like that. I think that's it in terms of the 9.8s. I know I have more. I gotta kind of. I do have like a Hulk. Let's take that one out. Let's see. Oh yeah, there's two here. Okay. These also, I don't think. Yeah, it's worth taking a look. All right, we got this one. Uh,
Nice.
Darth Maul cover. Why isn't it going into focus here? Here, let's take it. There we go. Let's let it autofocus here. All right, maybe that'll do it. Okay, so we got this book, and
Oh, it's very clean now.
right, not seeing many issues. Looks pretty clean. And then the back, if anything, is going to be on the back here. Yeah, this one's really nice actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I was thinking you were remember those two Boba Fett covers that you were sharing not too long ago?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't know. Those are also very popular ones.
Oh yeah, the first Boba Fett ones.
Yeah, not the one from not the Star Wars. The one you had some that you bought off eBay or something like that a while back. You said,
Yeah,
yeah,
I love Boba Fett, but I think that everybody loves the Mandalorian now. It's like it's like the Mandalorian replaced Boba Fett now, so he's not as cool.
on James had a live stream Mint Hunter on May the 4th, and he had a bunch of Star Wars comics.
Is that right?
They flew off the shelves. Like he had like mini collections, when they have like this one through four, like he had them together because he thought that he wouldn't be able to sell them singly or something like that. I think he was done within like 20 minutes.
Wow. Yeah, Star Wars is super popular. It's just one of those things like everybody loves Star Wars. I don't know anyone
Yeah.
who doesn't, and that's the issue, I guess. All right, so this one's kind of dropped in price a little bit. I know it was like super. Is that? I'm thinking that's part of the book. Yeah, that's part of the book there. Your thoughts as we kind of slowly pan
Yeah.
out.
That's on my list as well too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it's like a high grade is at what, $50 right now, 55. Yeah, yeah.
do you
That's a
want it
nice
or do
little one.
you want to
No, send it. We'll
rate
send
it?
it in.
I'm just saying, like, do you want this in a 9.8 or do you just want a copy?
No, I want it in a 9.8. I was eyeballing it over at Stenbros. They have one sitting
Mm,
there, so um, I might, depending on how tomorrow goes, I might stop by there to.
well, hey, if this comes back a 9.8, I'll give you a great deal on it. I'm being
Okay.
serious. I like.
Yeah.
I'm being serious. Take a look. What do you? I mean, there's a little bit of a color break there. It looks like. I don't know if this would come back at 9.8. To be honest.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's the things are minor enough be worth trying it out. I mean, $5.
You think?
Yeah, I would do it. I'll
It's
give it
got,
a nice little
it's got too many. The
press.
front. The front didn't look actually that bad. It's the back though. You can see all the little breaks here on the back.
Hmm. Yeah, I see a
This is a
couple there.
9.4 at best. I mean, it's got too many issues. This would not come back a 9.8,
Yeah, it's
unfortunately.
possible.
Right?
Yeah.
Look at that. No, no.
Yeah.
9.4 at best. All right. Well, it's good to go through this exercise because like I don't think I have too many books. This is the issue. When I submitted my CGC books, you know how you kind of, oh, this looks like it'd be a 9.8, and you don't do the detailed, you just kind of convince yourself like, oh yeah, and you kind of overlook things, the little details.
Yeah,
um if I'm
you have to
overlooking the
have to
little
really go
details like
through it.
that, then imagine what the inside and the other parts of the book. So yeah, you gotta kind of pour over everything and make these
Yeah.
determinations.
One thing that I'm guilty of that I haven't done on my books, and I'm hopefully not getting there, is some people do the page count. That's one thing I haven't done, and I mean there's a possibility one of these days that's going to bite me, because that will be a green label right away, you know. Um, yeah, yeah. Rolexes will be a different thing. It's a whole nother level of expensive.
Yeah, I mean, condition, it I think in terms of these like vintage collectability, someone determined early on, like the more pristine and flawless a thing is, the more value it has. And that's a hard thing to, especially with comic books. I mean, anything else, almost with like sports cards too. But I figure like sports cards are just, they're they're printed and packaged in a way where like if you get them, you're automatically putting them in like a top loader and preserving it, right, the instant you open
Yeah,
it.
but there they it's like what I know from the Pokemon cards, like they're holding printing against you. So if it's off center or something like that, which is a printing mistake, not yours, that is held against the grade, which I think is pretty crazy. So that's something I think it's a little bit better on comic books because they know that there will be print issues and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So
true. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, it's sometimes, I was thinking about that because when you see like James pulling stuff out and he's like, oh, pulling comics out from the 90s and he's like, oh, this is definitely a 9.8 or something like that, and you don't come across those a lot. But also, like, I have to keep in mind where we shop sometimes, like, because I go a lot to Half Price Book, and the people dropping them off are not always like collectors, and the people handling there are not collectors. um, I have found books that I thought like, oh my god, if they would have just put this in a back and board, this could have been a really good comic. Um, but they put because if it doesn't have a back and board, they just put it out as is, and they get destroyed. And I guess it's just like where we look sometimes if we're just going through the dollar bins and the stuff like that. So then you kind of just find, I mean, even dollar books sometimes you can find some diamonds in the rough, but um, you just have to keep looking a little bit deeper, right?
Yeah.
Because at times I also thought to myself, like, how am I ever going to get a 9.8 out of these books? If you because the more you look at it, the more you find mistakes with it. So, but yeah,
Well, can you check something for me?
yeah,
You got your CGC census up, right?
yeah.
You can access that, right?
Hmm.
Check that Superboy book out. See if there's what the highest graded copy of that is. I think it'll shock
Okay.
you. I'm sure there's a 9.8 there.
Superboy number 143.
My question is how many 9.8 copies are there?
Two.
Only two, right?
Only two. Yeah. There's a total of 71 graded, two with signatures. Um, 10
Only
9.6s,
78 graded copies?
74 total. Yeah, 74.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting. Okay. That's interesting. I would have thought there would be more.
Yeah. And it kind of, is like on a curve, but the highest grades are in a 9.4. So there's 16 of them on a 9.4 and one signed, so 17 actually in a 9.4. I wonder if it says who signed them. Oh, both signed by Neil Adams. Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, it says who signs them now.
Yeah, if you click on it, you can see who signed them. So there's a
Oh,
nine
that's
two
cool.
signed
Yeah,
and
they
a
didn't have that
4.
feature before. You kind of
Yeah,
had to. They just said signed. It didn't have who signed them, but that's cool.
yeah, and 190 restored. So I guess somebody did some color touch up or something. That's the only restored one. So the other ones, yeah, the majority are
9.4s.
uh, 9.4s is the highest count. Yeah, but then each grade below that has a few here or there.
Okay, that's
There's
good
even
to
a
know.
there's even a 1.8. I don't know who sent that in. Must have been their childhood copy.
Hey, if you want it graded, you'll send in
I
your
mean,
book.
I get it. If it's an emotional attachment, I think a 1.0 is worth more to you than any 9.8 if you have an emotional attachment to it. So
Oh yeah, yeah. I was telling you, like that book I got for a quarter, the beat up one. That that's that's a copy I cherish. The beat
yeah,
up one. Ironically, I probably have a 9.8 contending book in that, but I prefer the
the
roughed
beat
up
up one.
one that I got for 25 cents. because
Yeah,
it reminds you of like the thrill of. So I think I for me picking up something for a quarter that's a key book. We picked up that dollar book, that GI Joe. Remember
hmm,
that the silent issue and how excited I was. Like that's for me is like fun.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, no one's ever gonna like great. I mean, it had writing in the book. It was like
yeah.
it was the trashiest copy, but
And you have a good copy of that one, right? You have a really nice
I
copy.
have a really nice copy of it. Well,
Yeah.
8.0. That one I overpaid for because I thought it was a 9.0. I paid $200 for it, and it came back
Um,
in 8.0. So, but I got a signature and a sketch on it, so now it's like
doesn't matter.
it's priceless. Yeah. So, um, but yeah, those are the kind of little things that I don't know. It's a weird hobby. We're really in a weird hobby. There's so many different variances to how you can approach this, right? There's no one right way to collect or anything, but I'm just wondering, like, you've been we've been doing this for weeks now, and when I first met you, you were um, you're just picking up books to like flip and do all that. What are you kind of honing in on, like what you're looking for now and what you want to like focus your time and energies on, like what your personal collection is going to look like now? Do you have a better sense of that now?
I think stuff that signed and graded, I think those will stay with me. I think I hold those to a higher, yeah, to a higher grade or to a higher standard for myself. They just mean more, and there will be some books that Marcel got me onto that Hulk 340. He bought one off eBay and had it sent to my house, and I was like, when I looked at it, it's like the day after, I was like, I need one. This is beautiful. Um,
So
yeah, it's
yeah.
gonna be yeah, it's gonna be here and there some that I definitely want to hold on to, and then there's gonna be others where it'd be like, okay, I might trade it or sell it or something like that.
All right, we got to get Marcel on the show. He's got to come on and hang out with us. What time is
Yeah,
it there in Germany right now?
let me
Is it
check.
early morning? No, it's probably afternoon.
No, it's 7:40 in the morning. So
7:40 in the
he's a
morning. Okay. Well,
he's an
thanks for
early
joining
riser.
us,
I
man.
guess he didn't go to sleep. I don't know, one of the two.
Yeah, we have to get him on the show, and then um, I know I mentioned this to you earlier, and then we'll wrap this up. But
Yeah,
um, next summer,
San Diego.
I was thinking we do San Diego.
Yeah, he saw it and he probably went straight to eBay and bought a Red Hulk.
You get a graded copy, a
Signed
signed
and Bo,
92.
who
Ed
signed it?
McGinnis. How much did he pay? He probably got a good deal on it because
Shipped to your house.
oh
We'll have an unboxing soon.
oh nice. Is he? Are you gifting it to Jens?
No, but he's coming. He's coming in October. We're going. We've been planning to go to the Portland Retro Gaming Expo. So he's been wanting to go. I was signed by Lerp.
Oh, Jeff Loeb. Oh no, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Nice.
Um, yeah, he's been wanting to go for years. So we're gonna do a Portland weekend. Um, Yeah. So then whatever probably if there's no other way, I'm gonna be holding that one till October until he comes and picks it up.
Nice. Well, that should be fun. Yeah, you guys are gonna do a road trip and all that. That should be fun.
Yeah. And
Um,
I'm gonna be thinking too because CGC is going to be at the convention as well. So I'm thinking already like what I'll be getting ready beforehand and just like dropping them off.
oh, like you're gonna grade some games. Okay.
No, just to save myself the $40 to ship to Florida, so I'll just give them my comic books and just drop them off there instead that October.
Oh, they're gonna have comic books there too. Okay.
Well, you can drop off the submission, so they have to take it. They're not going to grade it there, but whenever they're
They'll
at
ship
any
them for you. Yeah.
convention, you can
Gotcha.
take them and you save yourself the shipping to them at least. So
That's cool.
yeah, but San
Yeah.
Diego, you were saying next
Yeah.
year.
Yeah. I was thinking, yeah, if you're down, and Marcel, you're invited too. If you guys are down, I was gonna plan the trip. This is like it's like Mecca. It's like the pilgrimage. Every collector has to make it at least once, right? So
San Diego Comic Con, yeah.
yeah, I'm kind of planting the seed in my wife's mind right now. I don't know. We just got to see where prices land. Hopefully by winter we'll have a good idea. But um, yeah, we'd fly down there. My buddy might be able to get us passes. That's the important thing. If we don't have to
Okay.
buy a ticket and we can just get in for free, that would save us a lot of money. Um, but yeah, we'll just have to kind of do a
Hey, Ron.
what's up, Ron? Ron's joining in late. How you doing, man? If you had a good week. We're talking about potentially going to San Diego Comic Con next summer. Hanging out like we got some peeps down there we'd connect with and hang out with while we're there. I don't see us staying the entire weekend, but again, if we're getting free pass, like 3-day passes, it would make sense to do so, right? Because and then this would give you the opportunity to get like Jim Lee signatures, Todd McFarlane I mean, they're all down there that weekend, so
Yeah,
um,
that'd be cool.
that would be cool. Yeah. So that's something to I think kind of keep in the back of our heads, start planning it now. But
Yeah,
yeah,
definitely. And then if it's like Emerald City, then I guess it would be good to get those. I guess there's like not passes, but like spots in line or something like that. That you like early signatures and stuff like that, so you don't have to wait all day.
that
Um,
would be good. Yeah, yeah, and I think Todd McFarlane, he there's a like a expedited right line or something. Like you don't, if you pay extra, you can go at a certain time and he'll sign all the books, and then everybody else has to like wait till Sunday or something. It's like yeah, yeah, and I get it. Everybody wants to, like you got a 300, 400,000 people moving through that con over what, the weekend.
It's
Um,
as far as I know, Thursday through Sunday, right? 4 days.
yeah, it's 4 days. So it's just a chaos.
Yeah.
And trying to meet or get a signature from even like the sort of the unknown artists, like the lesser known modern artists. Can you imagine the lines for those guys?
Yeah.
And then you're talking about like Jim Lee or like Todd McFarlane. Like you gotta pay up if you want to meet
Hmm.
those guys or get anything. But we'll have to check it out and see what the pricing looks like. But
Yeah.
I'm going down there to meet Jim Lee. I mean, it's what if I have to get a package or whatever, I'll do it. But um, hopefully, it's an opportunity.
Yeah. That'd be cool though.
Yeah, you're gonna get Todd's signature, right?
Yeah. Since I missed the CGC thing, I definitely want to get a signature. Maybe I have an ASM 300 by then, or the one that I really want. Also, the signature is uh, the Flamin' Carrot 27. He did a cover with the Ninja Turtles, and
Oh, did he? Okay.
yeah, that's one I've been always on the lookout. But whenever you find at every store you find like 1 through 30, but 27 is always missing. So yeah.
It's a big book. It sounds like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's not that super pricey, but because it's Todd McFarlane, it's always gone.
All right. Well, you and I still might go look at comic books tomorrow.
Okay. Yep.
I'll text you in the morning um, when I have sort of a definitive idea of what we're doing. Um, if my wife makes plans in the afternoon with her friends, then I can go. If
Okay.
she hasn't, then I have to hang out with the kid and her and do all this stuff. But we'll see. Yeah,
Okay. Keep me posted. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
will.
Definitely. I don't know what else, but it definitely since it's been a month since we've been to Tales to Astonish, right? So um, and I'm pretty sure that he went through stuff since next week is that con in Linwood. So um,
Yeah, I'm sure he has a lot of it priced out already. So
one could hope. Yeah.
one could hope. So yeah, go check it out. Either way, I hope you do go. Um, uh, I'll just like what. So what are you planning to go there in the morning? What time are you thinking of going?
Um, Not sure what they. Ooh, 25-cent books. That's always good. Um, yeah, I'll have to see what time they open. Kind of like trying to make it there closest
I
to
think
when
they open
they.
at 10, if I'm not mistaken. I'm checking for you as well.
Mm, yeah, opens at 10 a.m. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Maybe make it there when they're open. Like around that time, 10, like shortly after 10, and then
Yeah. What's cool now about uh, the progress I'm making on my back, my Cairo is, I used to go twice a week for Cairo. Um, I'm now only going once a week. So Saturday morning, I don't have Cairo anymore. So in the event I'm not doing anything in the afternoon, we can go early. So then
okay,
I'll just text you. I'm gonna drop my son off. He has Saturday school, and I should know whether I whether we're doing something that afternoon or not. So I'll give you a text. And if again, if I don't go, then we'll go to Astonishing Tales. Oh, another update. Did you pick it up any? Do you have any like auctions or things you're looking at on eBay?
No, no, I haven't. Since
Nothing.
no.
All
Mm-mm.
right. So I've got two books coming. They're eBay books. Jens knows what they are, but I'm going to unbox them here on the channel when they arrive. One's arriving on Monday. Another is arriving on Wednesday. So hopefully, sometimes they move through the system a little quicker. Hopefully, they arrive on the same day or roundabouts the same day. Uh, if they're gonna be, you know, around the same time, I'll just sit on them for a little bit and open them together. So that's coming up next week. There's also two books on eBay that I have winning bids for at the moment. Now, these auctions end on Monday. One ends on
Okay.
Monday evening. So I can actually probably go on live and we can see whether I win the auction or not. That'll be kind of cool, I think. Yeah, to kind of see
Yeah.
like here's the book and just kind of count it down and see where the price land. I already put in my like dead to last offer price on it. So I have the winning bid and I've also put raised the bid to like what my max is. So it's anybody's, like whoever comes in, and if they offer something higher, they win. If they can't hit my top price, then I win the book. And I'm really excited because it's like a grail book for me. It's like a grail book. Um, so check, yeah, join Monday. We'll I'll put the eBay listing up live and we'll watch to see if I win it or not. Be that simple.
Okay.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah, I mean, you guys don't know what the book is yet, so you could search all you want, but you're not going to find it. But again, it is a grail book for me, and should I win it, woof, it's going to be exciting. So stay tuned for that. Anything
Okay.
coming up for you, Jens? I know you got the CGC books that are signed books that are you're waiting for.
Waiting for that, yeah. And then there is one that one of those was a 9.8 pre-order that new book that you can pick up as a 9.8. Bought that back in November, so they finally shipped it now.
Nice.
So that was long before I even thought about getting a press and started thinking about creating my own stuff. So I picked that up at Lost by Comics, so they're finally shipping those out. Yeah, so hopefully next week. So when I come back from Kauai, I have an unboxing at least of that. I wish the CGC stuff is there by then as well, but um,
Maybe not.
I'm not holding my breath. So
Well,
yeah,
that's the thing. You like wait forever, and then all of a sudden, like you get this notification, "Hey, the book shipped out," and it's a good feeling. So, yeah,
yeah, that's how it was with the last Absolute Batman. So they just came all at once, or the one day after another. So it was pretty cool. But yeah, I don't know. It's those are kind of stuck in limbo. So we'll see what happens.
okay, all right, man. Well, get some rest. I'll
Yeah,
text you to let you know what we're doing, and if I don't see you, have fun in Hawaii, man.
thank you.
It's gonna be
Yeah,
a great trip. I'll see you when you get back.
yeah, yeah. Text me. I'll get up. I'll set my alarm. I get up a little bit earlier. So then, if you're ready, if you're able to go, then I'm gonna.
Yeah, if you think we can go and come back by 1 p.m., I can go. If you think we can
Oh,
get
really?
there right at 10 and come back by 1 p.m. here, I can
I
go.
should. We should be able to do that because, I mean, even if, like, let's say we leave Seattle by, that gives us, let's say we stay there for 2 hours, we leave at 12, be back by 1, that should be
All
able
right,
to do it.
let's do it. Let's do
Okay.
it. Yeah,
I'll be,
we'll go.
I'll be, I'll be at your place by 9 a.m. then. Perfect.
Yeah. All right. We
Sounds
made
like a plan.
plans. Easy peasy.
Alrighty.
See you
See you
tomorrow then.
tomorrow morning. Bye. Bye, Ron. Bye, Marcel.
See you, Ron.